You are listening to the Savage FINcast, Episode 10, Savage Dragon Ongoing, Issues 3 and 4.
Chicago. A criminal mastermind called Overlord held our city in his terrifying grip. Ordinary cops were losing the battle against Overlord's super freaks and mutants. Then, a miracle happened. When I found him, he had no memory of his past. I helped him find an identity and a life. Now we have a fighting chance. Now we have the dragon.
This is the Savage FINcast, the podcast that's been chained in a basement too long. I'm Raven Perez.
I'm Jip Purcell.
I'm Craig Olson.
And welcome to the Savage FINcast Retro, where, unlike the normal Savage FINcast, where we review the latest, greatest Savage Dragon issues, we are going to take a look into the past. Take a look at those Savage Dragon classic issues that we didn't review, as well as Savage Dragon-related spin-offs. And boy, have we got a couple of good ones for you today. A double header, some might say.
Wah, wah.
Yep, we're going to be reviewing Savage Dragon issue number 4 and issue number 5, as well as their backups, of which both issues have one. So,
flip books, a little double flip book action.
Yeah. So we should get right into it. We no faffing about.
All meat and potatoes, baby.
So, I'm going to say something kind of controversial. I think this is the first good Savage Dragon cover.
You S of a B. You S of a B. I had to kick your A. How could you say that? So this is your first iconic cover?
I think this is the first iconic cover. Except, other than like the very first one for being first.
Oh, sure.
But I gotta say, Dragon looks a little wonky to me on this cover. But...
Really? I think he looks like the most on model as he would be in the modern era. His fin's a little bit off, but otherwise it's doesn't have a lot of segments. It's almost at a 45-degree angle to his face. I just like his face. His face looks very good.
Yeah. I will say a funny thing, coming hot off of episode 9's retro review, I became aware of something I cannot unsee, and I see it on this cover right now. There was a trend in the 90s to give your characters old man eyebrow.
Yeah, yeah.
Dragon's got the old man eyebrow going on.
Wispy.
Yeah, curled up.
I will say one weird thing about this cover is that Barbaric is in his cop uniform.
Dude, I love it.
I mean, it looks good, but Dart isn't in a cop uniform,
I mean, come on, you know why.
Oh, I know why.
Didn't we just review Tribe recently?
Yes.
Just saying. Butts
And
Butts
Andy
are on
Rooney
top.
eyebrows.
Bottoms are on top. Yeah, you're not going to ruin that butt with cop pants. Get out of town.
But I like everything about this cover. I mean, it's not the best cover ever. I'm just saying it's the best until now. For me.
Well, you're entitled to your opinion, Mr. Purcell. What about you, Craig? Weigh in on this cover.
It's good. I mean, I would grab it. I saw it in the stands and be like, holy crap, there's a giant cop dude and some hot chick with a giant-ass gun. And there's Dragon. I'm going to buy this issue.
Now, do either of you know what the hell the squeaky part of these credits is all about?
Squeaky
No.
Wong?
So, for the listeners, fill them in.
Well, on the credits page, everyone's first name is Squeaky. Not their name.
Squeaky Larson, Squeaky Eliopoulos, Squeaky Olaf, Squeaky Rude, Squeaky Cole, Squeaky Wong. Oh my god, it goes all the way to the bottom until you get to the publisher.
Yeah, it keeps going. And I don't know why. I want to know why.
I wish I knew, dude. What? Oh, dude, you know what?
Did you read the letters page? Did the letters page mention it?
What do you want to bet that, Michelle knows why? Or Gavin. I bet Gavin knows why, too.
I don't think so.
Like, was this
But
the
we're
year
gonna find out, listeners.
Was this the year Squeaky Ferrone? Like, I'm trying to figure it out.
I don't even know what that is.
I'll let you Google it. You know, I will say that I like this panel of, like, Dragon walking towards everyone.
Yeah.
Is that Rita Meter made?
Yeah, I think she
Probably.
Little off model.
it may be her first appearance, but that's definitely John Day.
John Day, one hundo. I think that's a first appearance of Rita Meter made.
Yep, makes sense.
Do you guys notice, like, in the early issues, I feel like, or maybe it's just me, like, when there's a lot of flies around dead people?
Yes.
Like,
That's
arachnid.
That's how you know they're dead.
I liked it, though. I think it's
Yeah,
kind of a
me
cool
too.
visual.
Better than stink lines.
Stink lines. I don't know if it's better, but I do like it. Yeah, this double page spread of Dragon, like, descending the steps to see Hortus in the basement. Oh, that's TNT.
It was good because this was set up for a while. You know, we saw those panels, like, hello. Like, you never saw, like, what was happening, but you heard a voice coming from the basement for maybe, was it 1 issue or 2 issues?
I think it was 2.
I think it was 2 of the last 3.
Yeah.
Maybe even.
That's good.
Probably not all of them. Probably just 2.
The kind of thing I don't think you get enough of in the done-in-one era.
Yeah, I do miss that, the build-up.
The build-up, yeah. I like the build-up. And what's funny is it was a build-up to an important character, too.
What, Hortus?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, still alive.
You're right. She is still alive.
Still alive. Still action.
Cool visual.
Yep, she has one of the more iconic visuals. I mean, her visual, like, predates Dragon by a lot.
Yeah.
I do think I do enjoy the stairwell down to the basement.
Mm-hmm.
On the page after the splash.
Yep.
It's
Agreed.
Quite a stairwell down to a basement.
Dude, it's awesome, though. It's one of those rule of cool things. It's one of those rule of cool things that I'm like, I'll take that, like, Super Mario Brothers 2 stairway any day of the week over just a normal real stairwell. And, weird fact, you guys know Hortus is based on an actual lizard?
Yeah.
Yes.
I think I did know that.
Yeah.
Just letting you know. Just wasn't like, yeah, she's
I
got
bet
an
you don't know
actual
what
thing.
it's called.
No, I don't.
Neither do I.
I was going to say, maybe you do. Those clouds, for some reason, on the wagon wheel panel above Hortus things, don't you guys think those clouds still kind of look like really good to this day?
It's the God Rays.
It is the God Rays, dude.
Good old DeKalb, Illinois.
Yeah, it still looks good. I like that Hortus mouth, like, too, like where she's like got her head tilted back. Mm-hmm. It's not an angle you get a lot.
Somehow Eric gets away with lollipop trees.
Lollipop trees? Where?
Just the circular trees of the branches.
In the
oh,
wagon
yeah,
wheels.
dude.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, totally. I like them.
I totally forgot that Frank, what's Frank's last name?
Darling.
Yeah. Mildred Darling was hot at one point.
Wow. Yeah, me too. Mildred. Hot Mildred. Yeah. I was like, who is this? Oh, shit, Mildred? Oh, man.
30 years will do a lot to you.
Yeah.
Yeah. She was pretty smoking back in the day. Forgot about that.
I could see why old Frankie did it.
But, Frank's always been gray. So how old is he?
I mean, you know.
But anyway, so this is a follow-up to all the stuff with Frank. Apparently, Mildred's got a broken leg, and Frank is pretty sure that the Vicious Circle is responsible.
Yeah, like she doesn't know. She thinks that someone just bumped into her, and she fell. But it's more than likely the Vicious Circle goons got to her, and she doesn't know it. Sending Frankie a little message.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so this ties into what we've been talking about in previous FinCasts, like what's going on in this comic and in guest appearances in other comics is that Frank's sending Dragon out to other cities to kind of get him out of the picture.
Right.
for fear that the vicious circle is gonna, rat him out because he hired them or someone connected to the vicious circle to blow up his cousin's place?
Yes, it was his cousin's place.
Where
Yeah.
Cousin's
Dragon was
warehouse.
staying, to try to get Dragon, kind of to convince him to join the force, to make him see that it was pretty gnarly out there. But he didn't expect his cousin to die, and now he's in a pickle. And Skullface found out, so they're blackmailing him.
Yep.
Anyone else think Captain Stewart has mad doofus vibes?
Oh yeah, he's a total goober.
It's just so funny, dude. It's like this sort of like the leering.
He's really excited about this.
Can be pretty persuasive, as you know.
No, Raven. This is a different Captain Stewart. See, that's the fucking weird thing about this is there were two Captain Stewarts and they were two different people. They both had the same mustache.
Oh shit! Are you serious?
It's fucking weird because this guy's gonna get toasted in a bunch of issues, and then later another Captain Stewart will take over, and then in the Savage world another Captain Stewart takes over.
Those dudes named Captain Stewart, man, they got that ambition, baby,
and the mustache.
Mm-hmm. Did you guys catch that sweet Ben Grimm cameo?
Oh, right there. Yep.
Top right.
Yeah.
Yep.
He is just kind of peeking out.
Just the tiniest little orange rock.
It could be the armadillo.
Nah.
Where are you guys talking about?
All right, in the panel with what's her name? Amanda.
Why don't you like me?
Oh.
In the far right.
Oh yeah, he's getting carried. Like the police are booking him.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of
Amanda Love is a weird character.
Yeah, and we only this is like the first time you really see her because when we first met her,
he saves her right from the warehouse.
She was the one that got rescued from the Nazis in the house
by Star and Dragon
Dragon.
Star and
Dragon helped.
Yeah,
and she falls for both of them.
Kinda. I think Dragon puts her on Star's scent later. I think we'll get to that. But yeah, now she's obsessed with Dragon, but Dragon has still got Debbie Harris on the mind, so he doesn't want anything to do with her.
the old affection rejection.
Yeah, if only we all had Dragon's problems.
Some do, not me, but some do.
So it's Jack Stewart and James Stewart. James Stewart is the one in this.
Now it's crystal clear. This is Jane? Like Jane?
No,
James.
James.
Oh, James.
Like me.
Okay. Like you, okay. And Scott James. Got it. Perfect.
But we also were kind of getting the first, like, this is Dart's first meeting with, hey, there's John Day again. A lot of John Day this issue. But Dart's meeting Frank for the first time, and I guess Dragon is meeting Dart for the first time, because Dart premiered last issue while Dragon was out of town, hanging out with Ninja Turtles. So this is Dragon and Dart's first time to meet, and of course, Dragon's, his usual self. He's just a total asshole.
He's just a jokester. He's joking.
Yeah, he's joking.
And she's got like zero sense of humor.
Yeah, but Dragon, I always find Dragon's sense of humor to be kind of irritating. Because he's an asshole.
I think it plays well, like how annoyed she looks.
I don't think he's joking. I think Dragon's just like this.
Yeah, but he always plays Dart up as kind of like stuck up.
Yeah.
Like better than thou.
Yeah, who's he to say?
Well, I know that pinup is
I'm just
fucking
saying Dart's cooler
balls
than
out
Dragon
awesome.
is all I'm saying.
Dart's cooler than Dragon?
That's my
Get
hot
out of
take
here.
of the day. Yep.
She throws darts.
Yep.
Yeah, she's a dart thrower, dude. No way. They're not even exploding darts. Like they're just regular ass
That's
darts.
why she's so cool.
No god sword. Dude, this is like proto dart. I can't support this dart.
Wow. Proto Dart. That's harsh.
Yeah, sorry, truth hurts. Medicine's bitter. You're just a proto dart. First dart. No wonder Dragon's clowning her. She's not a threat at all. Dude, I love this 90s rubble. Like, just like fucking rubble exploding everywhere. Follow my lead on that page.
Yeah.
Just bursting
It's a great
everywhere.
splash.
Hell yes.
Even the double page splash is cool. Giant Barbaric. Barbaric is such a cool visual.
He fucking is, dude.
See, I've always found Barbaric kind of plain.
Well, you know what his outfit's based off of, right?
Is it Cable?
Cable?
I mean, like, I think
Hawkman?
it's kind of like, what was that, Sean Connery?
Oh, right. Zardoz.
Zardos.
Yeah, where he's got, like, the diaper.
Yeah, I see it now.
I'm not saying that's for sure, but I'm saying, like, dude, that's the same kind of vibe I'm getting. It shouldn't work, right? Like,
I just like it. I like the color ready is he always like pops on the screen, or the page, I should say.
And I think there's good faces in this too. Like Dart looks like, what the fuck? Like,
Yeah.
giant zit, man. Yeah, just kind of got fish face, like a
I
little
always thought
shot.
Cesspool's a fire guy, but I guess I was wrong about that. I haven't read a lot of stuff with Cesspool.
That's
in it.
Inferno. Inferno's
Yeah.
the fire guy.
Yeah, this is pus, dude.
Yeah, he's a pus guy.
He's shooting pus everywhere.
And it's just pus. It's not
So
even
gross.
it's not even acidic pus. It's just pus.
Just pus.
I think it's acidic. No?
You think?
I think it's just gross.
Yeah, because
'Cause
it hits
it-
Dragon and it's like...
Yeah, but it isn't like burning his clothes off or anything.
Yeah, I think
But he's
that's
going,
just like
ouch,
stink.
crap, yuck.
Well, I
I
guess
swear it is, because I feel like on his other appearance...
I guess maybe it is because Dragon's shirt is ripped later.
Yeah. I do love, like, how she just kind of plugs him up with her darts.
Crummy
And
darts don't mean a thing.
I do love how she, like, goes back to Dragon. She's like, you were really impressive to watch. I learned a lot. And he's like, oh, shut up.
See, Dragon can't take it. That's why he's an asshole.
No, dude, they're ribbing. It's like camaraderie.
That's not ribbing. That's Dragon not being able to take a joke. But he can sure dish him like an asshole. Sorry,
I like this
this is
stance.
a hill I'll die on. Dragon is not a good person.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Is that Emperor Kerr in him?
I think that's a funny twist
Yeah.
to view that way, to like Dart better than Dragon.
Dude, I love how Cesspool just turns into, like, a normal guy when all his, like,
Get all the pus out. Is just that
pus
dude.
comes out. It's so gross.
He is gross.
Absolutely revolting, and like the pus is drooling out of his fucking mouth on the
Ugh.
other page. Like, oh, dude, it's revolting. Like, just
Well, just think how bad it is to be him.
yeah.
He's just misunderstood and angry at the world.
Look at that dragon face on the big, the Berkathooms-ish page. The bottom... Okay, the Dart page where she's making a joke at his expense, right next to it.
Yeah, there's a row of 4 panels on the bottom.
Look at that second from the left one. Dragon's
Good
face.
smug face.
It's the smuggest. Look at that face. It's really well drawn, is what I'm getting at.
Yeah. And then Barbaric's right next to it is good too. Like, good expressions in this whole issue. Like, it's funny as this issue, dude, was like
Coloring's
back
really
in
on point.
93. Like, it's funny because, like, we were talking about, like, how early issues are like, oh, you know, this is a little off, or it's a little rough, but it's still kind of good. But, like, already here we are at issue 4. And, like, dude, I think this issue still holds up.
Yeah. I think this is, like, the first issue, not only, you know, the cover thing, but the first issue that feels like a modern, a current issue. Not a current issue, what am I trying to say? It's the first issue that feels that has completely gelled, like, artistically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His fin is starting on most panels to come straight out now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not
It
in the
is.
beginning, but as you get towards the end, it's all over the place, this issue. But as you get towards the end of the issue, his fin, like that panel you pointed out, Jim, and like the panel on the next page where he's talking to like
To Barbaric.
and Ricochet.
Yeah.
Like his fin is looking, it's still got more segments, but it's looking like the Finn we know.
You're right. On the very last page of the dragon part of this issue, like, dude, it's straight up modern Finn.
Yeah.
Almost. Like, real close. 5 segments.
So the big thing about this story here is that basically Dart and Dragon are recruiting Barbaric and Ricochet to be part of their new freak force on the police force.
Mm-hmm.
But once they get back to the police precinct, it turns out Ricochet is too young, and so she has to go away.
Gets mad.
Gets mad that she's being left out.
She's like, I'm gonna bounce.
Bounces head first off the little concrete ball.
Yeah.
Boink.
she's got fun powers.
Aren't used enough, I feel like.
Yeah.
Agreed.
But we also get very end, and this is a really short story. I think there's only 16 pages, his main story.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We get a little bit of that tease of, what's her name? I don't think they give her name here, but
It's the Rodney's grandma.
Rodney's grandma, and this is going to be an ongoing plot thread for a little while.
May.
Where she believes Dragon is her missing son, or missing grandson. And so this was like an ongoing plot thread about Dragon's origins. A big, is this who Dragon is sort of thing.
Right.
Which will get resolved in a couple of issues. But
it was still fun.
I wasn't there at the time, so I don't know how much stock people took it.
I think it was fun, it felt like, because, again, like, you didn't have too many of those, like, my origin is a complete mystery guys. Like, you had Wolverine, but, like, they were not in a rush to, like, write or tease anything for Wolverine for, like, fucking decades.
Right.
So, like, here, this Dragon issue, it was kind of cool because it was, like, there was the whole mystery of, like, oh, shit, like, Rodney, if the readers don't remember, basically just looked like Savage Dragon if he was a white dude with a big green mohawk. And so it's kind of like super believable that it could have been him because he was just drawn just like him.
Oh, right. He was in like a framed portrait in like one of the earlier scenes, wasn't he?
Yeah, when you first see this old hag, she's like, "Oh, Rodney," and you see the picture of Rodney, and he just, dude,
got,
look
like, a green mohawk.
Yeah, he just looks straight up like Dragon, but he's just got skin and he's got a green mohawk. So pretty good fake out at the time. I was like, shit. Is Dragon gonna be just a normal dude? Like, what the hell? I had no idea. It was kind of like, who? Do you remember how you felt, Craig?
I felt like it would be too easy for him to be it, but I just didn't know. I was like, maybe, but I didn't know. I didn't have like a strong reaction either way. I was hoping it would be cool, whatever it was.
It was a good building subplot, I thought.
Yeah. Yeah, and that was the big thing. I mean, back then, too, we forget. But, for a while, it was like, what the hell is he and where did he come from?
Yeah, they talked about it all the time. Oh, are you an alien? Which hilariously was like the truth.
Yeah.
Like, oh, is he an alien? Oh, is he a freak?
Lizard guy.
Yeah, exactly.
Reptile guy.
I do want to give a shout out to the super ambitious coloring choice to put the shadows from the slats in the windows on Dragon's head and on Cesspool. That looks good to this day.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's really, like, kind of a crazy coloring choice, but, man, looks good. Like you guys said.
Yeah, I see it, yeah.
Really short main story, but, goddamn, lots happening.
And then we flip the comic over.
Who do we see on the back but Mr. Adam Hughes?
Yep.
First appearance of Rapture.
Yeah, it is. So yeah, this is let's see here. It's got a cover here with Rapture and Ricochet, and it's called Rapture and Ricochet.
Yeah.
Neither of them have logos.
So is this lead directly from the lead story where Rapture is kind of left now?
Ricochet, but yeah.
And Ricochet?
Yeah, this is basically immediately after she left. She runs into this situation.
Is this the first issue where there's a... Let me see. A Josh Eichhorn
hired goon?
dig?
Yeah. There isn't one in the front credits, but there is one in the back credits. That is.
I also suspect the squeaky gag was because they had the room to put 2 credits. So they thought they'd just have some fun.
Maybe. But yeah,
I mean, I don't get the joke, but like, here are normal credits. Like, nobody's been fucked with here.
Yeah. So this is written by Eric Larson, penciled by Adam Hughes, inked by Carl Kessel. Carl Kessel's another legend of writer inker. Did a lot of work at DC for years. Letters by Chris Eliopoulos, colors by Olaf, Antonia Cole, editor Janie Wong, hired goon Josh Eichhorn.
Larson's wife.
Yep.
So this is a bit of a kind of an origin story of Ricochet in a way.
Rapture.
keep mixing them
Yes,
up.
you
Rapture.
do keep mixing them up. But yes, this is kind of Rapture's
So easy
origin
to make
story.
a mistake on a podcast, isn't it?
Not at all. No.
He had to really
I
work at
correct
it.
myself immediately.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if I was to just call her Ricochet throughout the whole podcast and the podcast after that, maybe we'd have a problem. Coventry of the Sword.
I wish you died overseas. See, and that gem is just friendly ribbing.
Is it?
Yes.
I think you're just an asshole.
Okay. Well, we'll see.
I wish you were both dead. See, I can play too.
I will say that I think that this is absolutely still holds up. Like we were talking about, like the main story still holding up and not having like artistic weirdness. Dude, this could have been done like yesterday. Like this is beautiful. This back section is fan-fucking-tastic.
Yes. So we find Ricochet coming on upon a scene in an alley where this woman with lightning powers is threatening a man. And basically she's telling the man that he's killed one of her friends and that she's going to kill him. And Ricochet doesn't like that because she thinks killing is wrong. And so we get out. So basically Ricochet comes in and stops Rapture from killing this guy, murdering this guy specifically. And so they get into a fight. So we actually get to see both of them kind of using their powers in interesting ways.
Yeah, I love that spinning takedown that Ricochet does.
I think this is the most action we've seen from Ricochet to this date.
Well, when you give her more than like a page, you can actually get some really cool stuff out of it.
Yeah.
That neck twist, dude, is great.
Yeah.
Like the way the lettering like flows with the motion, and oh, dude, it's good.
Yeah, I will say this about Hughes: he's really good at panel layouts and choreography. I really like it here at the bottom after she does the twist. She lands, and you can see her T-posing with her shadow, so you don't even need to see it because the shadow tells you.
Dude, that's good art.
I think that's really clever.
That's good art.
Yeah.
I will say this, like a lot of the dudes that are really kind of like illustrators, like we were talking about like Dave Johnson in the earlier, in the last episode, but like a lot of the guys, and Dave Johnson's good, I'm not saying this about him, but a lot of guys that are really good illustrators are poor visual storytellers. Mm-hmm. And you can't say that about Hughes. Like Hughes has storytelling chops too. Like he can tell a sequence. Yeah. So it's really cool. You get to see him do like motion, which again, Hughes is another one of those guys that has just fallen into cover making land. So this is a real treat. Like to this day, you still don't have a shit ton of Adam Hughes interiors. You know what I mean? So it's cool.
Yeah. Yep. No, a lot of the background stuff, like Ricochet getting electrocuted and going flying, and she's in the background, you see her land, and then another panel you see her kind of just getting back up to her knees.
Yes, dude. Yes.
And then I love this, Larson seems to do this a lot too, like shadows against brick walls.
Mm-hmm.
Are always great looking.
Yeah, it's a good visual because just like what Jim was saying with the T-pose, even though you can't see Rapture in that panel, you just see the like, yeah, you see the pimp with the gun, but like you could tell she's got her hand held out at him. So it's cool, man. It's like he's got his gun on her, she's got her hand at him. Like it's good stuff. Good stuff. And this is one of those rare instances too, where again it's funny because like this is '93, but like I feel like the colorists are kind of getting like more comfortable too. Like there's not too much weird coloring going on.
Right. Like that one after the panel where you see Ricochet getting on her knees in the background. Mm-hmm. Like the coloring on that panel specifically is absolutely ridiculous. Like in a good way. Like whoever, they just went way overboard. On the lighting details in the most excellent kind of way.
Well, even too, like on the next panel, you see like her nose, like all that's actually drawn, and in the crap panel is her nostrils.
Mm-hmm.
So it was left up to the colorist to really like render that nose.
Give all that depth and detail.
Yeah, and he did. They did a good job. Like, if you use shitty cuts, you can make a face look terrible.
And
but
to
like,
be
man, they
fair,
did it.
that's kind of Hughes' way. Like,
Yeah.
even to this day, he generally just does the lines and lets the coloring like do all the like the what's the word I'm looking for? Depth.
Yeah, the render. Like, he
Rendering,
does a
yeah.
lot of rendering in color. And if you want a really great example of modern Adam Hughes, how different his line work is from his finished, Google it, Sabrina the Teenage Witch cover. There's a Sabrina the Teenage Witch cover. It's very easy to find, the black and white line art. And then to look at the finished colored piece, it's insane how much work he does in Photoshop. So, yeah, it's cool, though. It's really good.
So the guy pulls a gun, takes a shot at Rapture. She blasts him off, gets him off his feet, and she's ready to kill him. But Ricochet comes back, begging her not to kill him.
Mm-hmm.
Get a little bit more of a fight. Ricochet won't stop, but Rapture keeps knocking her down. But in the end, Rapture decides that it's not worth killing the guy, stooping to his level. But then...
he was her pimp, right?
He was her pimp,
Yeah.
yeah exactly.
Yeah.
But, and he had killed one of her friends, one of the other prostitutes. And so she was going to murder him, but now she's going to drag him down to prison, or down to the police station. But instead, he gets a hold of his gun again, and before he can shoot Rapture, Ricochet manages to knock him off his feet, and Rapture blows his head off in self-defense.
Yeah, it's awesome,
With
dude.
electricity.
With electricity, yes, absolutely. That's what she does.
I would love to see Malcolm do some stuff like this. Like, he generally just uses his powers to, like, shock people with his fists. I'd love to see him, like, projectile some lightning every now and then.
I think it's harder for him to do stuff like that. I'm pretty sure, like, it's a limitation of... Sure, she was his mom, but he doesn't have quite the same control as she did.
Sure, that makes sense.
Do you guys remember this story was redone in Savage Dragon 100?
Yep. In that story, because Ricochet and Barbaric were never recruited to join the Force, Ricochet isn't here. And so Rapture ends up murdering the guy outright, which makes her a murderer and drives her crazy.
Dudes,
Yeah,
take a
so
look
she
at...
had to be a fugitive. And it was inked by Bruce Timm on the issue 100, which was cool.
I gotta check that out. I forgot all about that.
Oh, you did? Well, that's why Rapture was such a mess during that period, is that basically by becoming a murderer, it just kind of ruined her. Both because she had to run from the law and also the guilt.
When she electrocutes a dude, if you look real close, it, like, blows his fucking foot off.
Oh, yeah, he's in pieces.
Like,
That's
his
pretty
fucking...
cool.
That's awesome. That's cool as shit.
And then, of course, later on, because she murdered the guy, that's what gets Solar Man to kill her. Because she's a murderer.
Oh, yeah, dude. Okay. Yeah. I gotta go back and read
We'll
that.
get to that in a few years.
Oh, I can't wait.
Otherwise, we got just the usual assortment of ads. We got the Freak Force issue 1 cover with this is the Bridges cover, right? No,
Yeah.
Vic Bridges drew that. We got Vanguard is Coming, which we'll be covering soon, and issue number 4 of Super Patriot, which we of course covered last time. Well, 2 times ago.
And then there's
my.
one of the
Peter David.
What is
Yeah.
this?
one of the greatest house ads
Yeah.
of all time,
Yeah.
dude.
The Doctor versus the Quack, the Scholar versus the Mauler, the Writer versus the Artist, Peter David versus Todd McFarlane live.
With judges and everything.
Wow.
Friday, October 8th, 1993, Comic Fest 93. Let's get silly and Philly. Finally, the truth will come out in this panel to end all panels. 3 judges will oversee all the action. John Danovich from Hero Illustrated, Maggie Thompson from the CBG, and William Christensen from Wizard. Peter David has accepted Todd McFarlane's challenge to meet face-to-face and go one-on-one, no holds barred.
What is it even about?
So,
Were they
Writer versus
Were they
artist.
feuding?
Who's more important?
Is that what it was about? That makes sense.
The only thing I know about this for sure, because I remember seeing and thinking about it, this stuck in my head.
Does this tie into the for your consider? Jesus. Does this tie into that that letter someone wrote once? The
Name withheld?
Yeah, that letter. Wasn't that about...
That was Larson. Partly, I think.
Partly. I will say the one thing that sticks out in my head about this is that I remember that, I think it was Eric, said that for Todd it was just going to be a fun goof, which you can kind of see in the picture. Like, he drew himself like in a really jokey, demeaning way.
Right.
For the listener, like, he gave himself Spawn body, but like... He's got his boxers over the outfit and a smiley face instead of skull buttons. Uh-huh. And he didn't really clown on Peter David. Like, he kind of just drew a caricature of him. Mm-hmm. And then from what I understand, Peter David got at this thing and got serious with his debate. So Todd kind of came just prepared to goof around a bit, and like Peter David was serious about it.
So you can watch this whole thing.
Really?
on YouTube.
Dude!
Do you want me to read a little history about the debate?
Yeah.
For you guys?
Lay it out, dude.
All
this
right.
is the time and place.
This is from the CGC boards, which I just did a search. And it's got a link to the video, and it says a little history about this debate, courtesy of CBR. In the early 90s, Todd McFarlane and Peter David were both hot properties in the comics world. McFarlane had helped launch Image Comics, and his creation Spawn was a regular presence at the top of the charts. Meanwhile, Peter David was receiving critical acclaim for his work on Incredible Hulk and Spider-Man 2009. I gotta imagine it's 2099, right?
I would imagine
so.
Yeah,
Spider-Man 2009.
And had a regular column in the Comics Buyer Guide. It was this column called But I Digress that was to lead to one of the strangest events of 1993, the Great Debate. Despite McFarlane and David having a successful run together on The Incredible Hulk, relations had cooled off in the years since. McFarlane took issue with some of David's columns, believing that this was a further example of the way that the media did not treat him and Image fairly. He issued a public challenge for David to debate him, resulting in a widely publicized event at the ComicFest convention in '93 on the topic of whether Image and McFarlane had been treated fairly by the media. David was voted the debate winner by judges, but later wrote that he regretted his participation as it served no purpose other than to give McFarlane everything that he wanted.
Wow, Game of Thrones, dude. The Todd father played him.
Wow.
Yeah, the whole if you look up Peter David Todd McFarlane debate, October 93 is an hour and 15 minutes, the whole thing.
Holy shit, dude. I'm going to give it a listen.
I love the internet.
That's incredible.
So, anyway, for the listeners out there, if you want more info, that's where you find it.
Wow, dude. I guess not to dawdle too long, we're going to keep it slim and trim this episode. We're moving on to issue number 5, which features something I think of historic note. The largest logo in the book's history.
Yeah, this has got to be one of the worst covers.
Well, here's the thing. I say the dragon punching doubleheader bit is really good. It just a lot of energy, a lot of just real great poses. This big logo ruins it. The fuck is going on? Why the big logo? Come on. I mean, I guess just because of how high in the air doubleheader is, it would be very difficult to put a regular size logo here.
Even that, though it's bigger, I find it harder to read.
No, it's stretched out. It's not even.
Yeah.
I mean, in back, I don't think they just like photoshopped stretched it. I think they may have redrew it, but it doesn't read. It doesn't look good. And Larson's like one of the best about readable logos. It's like something he obsesses about.
I gotta say, I feel like there's a story I'm quasi half remembering about the bigger the logo is, the more it sells. No, it was the bigger the character, the more it sells. Yeah, but there's something about getting that logo big. There was a reason. It wasn't big for nothing, but like the reason's just totally escaping me.
I bet Mark Wilson knows.
Only like more informed people like put together a podcast.
Can I say also too that we have another squeaky gag in the credits under the coloring? Squeaky from Zendel. And none of the other people have Squeaky anymore. Oh, dude, we're going to get to the bottom of this, dear listener. We're not going to leave this
I also
stone
want to know why
unturned.
this issue is dedicated to Todd McFarlane.
Yeah. In what way would it be dedicated to? Maybe because it was after the debate and he lost?
I don't know.
Oh, that would actually be funny.
America's favorite whistling hobo, Josh Eichhorn.
That's a good one. That is a good one, actually.
So the very first panel of this is almost like a direct continuation from the cover.
Mm-hmm.
It's the follow through. If you flip them
Yeah.
back and forth,
That's true. I didn't realize that. That's good.
so
Oh,
it's
yeah, geez.
one of those
good
cool
one, dude.
instances of a cover being your first panel.
So he's punching Doubleheader in the cover, and then on the first page, Doubleheader's like landing on his face.
His face is,
Faces.
Faces.
and Dragon is Doubleheader is a member of this spin-off group called the Annihilators.
Mm-hmm.
And
Vicious Circle spinoff.
yeah, so Dragon is kind of butting heads, as it were, with this new danger, I suppose.
You got to imagine you have two faces, and what's your hair option? Just go with the huge bozo clown spikes.
Gotta wonder about Doubleheader. Does he have the strength of two men?
Probably. When he when he's negated in 75, I think
he's
two
two people, right?
I believe so.
He has the speed and strength of two men.
Pretty good, dude. I'll
Hey, I'd
accept
take that.
That's my head canon.
Double heads.
Yeah, double head thing would suck. Like a shitty Voldemort.
But he's only got. Does he have two sets of eyes too?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
He's got two mouths, two noses, four eyes.
Nah, I'm good.
Imagine the top head sneezes.
Oh man, that's gotta be the worst. Being the bottom head, it does have to be the
drool.
worst.
Eating a chili cheese dog.
Oh yeah, dude.
Just slop hitting you in the eye.
Like the bottom one's eaten, the top one's eaten, and he's like, "Hey man, put some in my mouth." The bottom head. Or if the top head eats and swallows, does it go down the throat of bottom head? Oh, that's rough.
Where's bottom head's brain?
It's just connected. Everything's connected to the top brain by these little cables.
It's like fucking four lobes just jammed in there. Oh, dude, double header.
And Dragon spots someone in red, blue, and gold flying overhead.
Mm-hmm.
He can't accept that Mighty Man's alive because that would mean he's wrong. And Dragon can't be wrong.
This is more of your asshole dragon theory.
Mm-hmm.
No, dude, he's just losing his mind. It couldn't be.
Dude, he does draw good facial expressions, though. I love the face palm of Dragon. Am I going crazy? Am I losing my mind?
Yeah. I'm telling you, dude.
Then we get to meet our new Chicago PD team.
See, Jim, here's a case for Dart being a butthole. Shut up, Barbaric. What was he saying that was so bad there?
He's rambling. I'd be annoyed by that, too. I hate ramblers. People who don't shut up. Talk about themselves all the time. Raven.
Whoa!
I knew that's what you were going
Whoa.
for. I knew that's what you're driving at.
Whoa!
I wish you died overseas, Jim. You bastard.
It's too bad we don't name these retro. We don't give these retro cast titles. It'd be I wish you died overseas.
I wish you... Episode 10, I wish you died overseas. No, the team looks great. I love Barbaric and Hortus and Dart and Rapture. Just so good. I want to say this real quick while we're still in the thoughts. I never got this vibe, but don't y'all guys think that Hughes's Rapture was kind of Tina Turner-esque?
Yeah,
absolutely. Some of it even looked like it might have been photo reference. I'm not sure. It just because sometimes I don't know about Tina Turner specifically, but sometimes some of her features would change a bit. I don't know if that was just him trying different things, but it almost always looked...
It seems like a weird choice to have like another artist draw your character for the first time.
Right. I was about to say, this is the first time we've seen Rapture by... Well, that's not true. We've actually seen Rapture by Larson through the the ads for Freak Force. Those
you're
were
right.
Several weeks.
Well, I mean,
months in
I'm sure that he had multiple drawings and stuff to show Adam Hughes like the model.
Sure.
But I'm just saying, as a reader, it's weird to get like your first taste of a character through like another artistic kind of another artist's vision.
Right.
Didn't Smasher was also introduced through Hughes?
Not Hughes.
Basher, right?
Yeah, that was in Sex and Violence. Not Sex and Violence, the other one. What was it called?
No, this issue is...
No, not. We're not talking about Mighty Man. We're talking about Jennifer.
Jennifer.
Jennifer was introduced in Smasher was introduced in one of the
Sex and Violence, right?
Was it Sex and Violence? Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was Hughes.
I don't think that was Hughes. I think that was...
Hughes started but didn't
It was
finish.
going to be Hughes, and he got booted because he couldn't meet the time.
Too slow.
Yeah.
Was it? I got to look it up now because I think I know.
Because he actually published pages from Hughes, I believe, in the back of one of the issues of Savage Dragon.
So let that cook
trades.
Let that cook your noodle then. So here's Dragon, and he's going to hook up with one of these two ladies, and he's going to produce the lead for the next book. And Adam Hughes was going to draw the lead, both Rapture and Jennifer. Now think about that. As their first appearance.
Oh, wait a minute.
The topic.
Adam Hughes did pencil the first issue. Oh, no.
Yeah.
No, there's two credited. There's Adam Hughes is credited as penciler.
I think they just used his layouts.
Yeah, Mark Lipka was the regular penciler.
Right.
Who I don't know who that is.
Nobody does.
Harsh.
I mean...
Cold-blooded ice water.
I really hope he doesn't listen to this show.
Ice water Olsen.
Am I lying though? Am I lying?
Cold-blooded.
I mean, I'm not saying his art was good or bad. I'm just saying that nobody knows who he is.
You got it. You did it. You killed him. That's true.
Sorry.
No, it's true. I didn't
say his art was bad.
Son of a bitch. He drew an issue of Mystic for CrossGen, so I know who he is. He did a fill-in issue. He did one fill-in issue for Brandon Peterson on issue 7. I have actually read this issue. Oh, you know what? He's not a fill-in artist. He's a backup artist for that issue. That's what that is. Anyway, I know
$1
who he
million
is.
selling CrossGen line.
Can I just say that you want good faces? There's a plethora of good faces. Look at Captain Stewart on the top of the page where Dragon's saying "Who boy." Then look at Captain Stewart on the opposite page where Dart's saying "What." He's got you can almost hear the like, in his facial expression. You know what I mean. He's going.
Yep. He's giddy.
And then, look at Dragon's big dopey smile when he's, trying to piss Dart off. It's good, dude. These are good faces, is all I'm saying. It holds up.
I will say, what's her name? Debbie Harris's mom here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
She's looking a little ripped.
G-MILF.
Huge shoulders. Just the biggest.
Yep. She's strong. She's strong looking.
She's pissed because the cops are interviewing her because she really did send Debbie's ex-boyfriend over to try to discourage her from being with Dragon.
Right.
And didn't think that it was going to lead to Debbie's murder. And now the police are kind of onto her.
Woulda, shoulda, coulda, you old bitch. Now your daughter's dead. Suck on that, Granny.
I'm sure we'll never see her again.
Yeah, she's not coming back, dude. Totally.
Throwaway dork in this issue?
Yeah, generic. Just a red shirt and some granny head. Get out of here.
I'm also...
No, throwaway dork.
Oh, no, I know. Yeah,
The villain.
I'm making fun of...
this guy.
Oh, wait. Oh, is that Throwaway Dork?
I'm pretty sure.
What, his actual
Legendary.
name?
Legendary.
His actual name?
Yeah.
You remember the letters column? He said, "What would they?" Somebody asked, "What was the name of that guy?" And he said, "Throwaway Dork." He lived up to his name.
Yep, that's his name.
That's
Dork.
weird.
Listeners, type up in the Savage Dragon Wiki, Throwaway Dork.
He kind of looks cool to be Throwaway Dork.
I don't even know why Overlord killed him. Seems
Just
a little,
'cause.
little asshole-ish, if you ask me.
He's just super pissed off that the Annihilators are splintering off.
He just everything he said was true, and
Mm-hmm.
Overlord didn't like that it was true.
He lost his temper.
Yeah, dude, you got to assert dominance over these freaks. Remember, that's a frail old man in there.
It's true.
He's got to show him who's boss. He's scared.
He made Skullface nervous, which is pretty impressive.
Yeah, sure, no problem.
It's a good thing that my
I-
piss is invisible, or this would be embarrassing.
This action page, dude. Look at Barbaric getting shocked. That's great.
Yeah, it's great. I like that, and I love the panel of Dart flipping Horridus.
Oh yeah,
Like
it's
the ass shot one is freaking good.
actiony as hell, dude. Like actiony as it gets.
And of
And
course,
Oh My is a hilarious, subtle comedy reaction to being thrown.
All these panels are just really dynamic.
Mm-hmm.
and of course, Barbaric's got to take it too far because he's an idiot.
Yeah. Ricochet can't handle a building falling on her.
You did it again.
He's a guy named Barney, dude.
Rapture.
Thank you. But Dragon saves her, of course, and she's real into that.
Mm-hmm.
And
As you would be.
just
Who?
Rapture.
You said as you would be.
Oh,
Anybody, dude. He's a dreamboat. He's
I-
mean. He's mean. He's green. He steals the scene.
Powerhouse is very jealous.
Mm-hmm.
So we get a little bit more of what's her name here? Emily Schwarbart? No, Schwartzblatt.
Schwartzblatt.
Schwartz-
Schwartzblatt.
Schwartzblatt sounds like a Savage Dragon sound effect.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's what Cesspool does when he like pusses you against a wall. Schwartzblatt.
But her plot line's still moving along.
Mm-hmm.
As it does. She's still trying to find Dragon to confront him about being her little boy Rodney.
Mm-hmm.
And then, who is this guy strangling Frank?
Strong arm.
Because he looks like one of the Brute Force guys. Not Brute Force.
Nope.
Is his name really Strongarm?
I'd believe it.
For one,
It
you're
is.
a genius. For two, it's funny that he gets taken out by a strong arm.
Well, I
Just
don't
bursting
think, I
through
don't
the
think
wall.
he's one of Overlord's heavies, to be completely honest.
His full name might be Strong Arm Weak Jaw.
That sounds about right.
He just shortens it because he doesn't like the last part. It embarrasses him.
Yeah. So Dragon's here because Mildred called him. Because Strongarm here had grabbed Frank and dragged him off. So,
Narc.
yeah, indeed. And so Frank finally comes clean about everything.
Mm-hmm.
Which is, it's kind of a cool scene because you kind of get that origin story stuff. Again, because we got some of this back in issue 1 when, again, I think Frank was the one telling us Dragon's miniseries origin.
Mm-hmm.
And you kind of read through this and you're thinking to yourself, Frank's admitting the fact that he manipulated Dragon, so how's Dragon going to react to this?
Right.
And I always kind of like the fact that the first thing Dragon says is that I'm not going to leave the Force. It's all I've got. Because now that he's in, he's in.
Yeah.
Instead of being an asshole, right? Right?
Yeah.
It's almost like a nice thing to do.
Yeah.
I don't know. That
Yeah.
seems like a I have nothing better to do sort of thing. Also, his face is fucking weird in this panel.
Nah, it's just the coloring. The face is fine. The coloring failed. Because what they did is they did some rendering that doesn't work. Like, look at those little
You know
tiny...
what the problem is? You know why it looks weird?
He's got no eyebrows.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's it. If you give him eyebrows, he look fine.
But also, too, that rendering, bro. That rendering is not on point.
No, Raven, you're wrong. It's the eyebrows.
Overseas.
Nah, I get what you're saying.
And this issue's got a poster.
Mm-hmm.
An Adam Hughes poster.
Oh, Adam delivering on what he does best, the pinups.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Now, you want an Oogie face. I do not like the young cheerleader's face. It's kind of weird.
Really?
Yeah.
It's fine.
I do, too.
Yeah.
I think it's
All right,
fine.
whatever. Guess I'm wrong. Majority
Wrong
rules.
a lot lately.
Is this the first?
I just
is
like
this the
how
first,
he's like
is-
Superman.
Oh yeah, it's the Boy Scout cheerleader, American flag.
Very patriotic.
Is this the first poster, or was there
No.
or there a
There's
couple?
been posters in the past.
Okay,
Well, there were posters in the miniseries.
but not
Yeah.
in the main series because I think there's posters like in every issue going forward for a while.
Yeah,
Because
pretty much.
it promises that next issue a Twisted Dragon and Super Patriot poster by Jay Lee.
Do you think anybody because it's right on the spine, which is actually really genius because you can pop your staples out and just take this poster out?
But who'd want to do that?
Just letting you know. I mean, that's the
Book's
point
gonna
of
be
it.
worth millions someday.
But
Just
popping
saying,
the
do you-
staples out, I feel like I wouldn't be able to put them back. Is the problem?
Oh, it's staples,
Just
dude.
bend them back.
Just bend them back. But I'm saying, do you think anybody actually did it, or do you think people
I'm
just
sure
left it
somebody
in there?
did.
I
There's somebody-
want to do it right now.
There's nothing on the back. I mean, really, it's like you're not losing shit. There's just
get
text. Do it, Jim.
Hang it up above your bed.
Yeah.
You know, I bet you can find a lot of these Savage Dragon number 5s all over. That'd be a good thing for listeners if they were just wanting to go that extra fucking over the top mile. Scoop up an extra number 5 and just pop those staples out, dude.
How cool is Frank's 100-yard stare rendering?
It's good.
Here?
It's really good. I like it.
And like,
How could I let this happen?
and Savage Dragon showing us that men can express feelings, as they say, "You're still my best friend. Nothing can change that," and they hug it out. It's important that you be able to express your emotions in a healthy manner.
I mean, you know, when you're secure, you got nothing to fear.
Exactly.
Tell your friend you love him. Fuck it.
Raven,
Do we-
I wish you died overseas.
Oh! I can
we
deal
get to
with
see
it.
a ton of the Annihilators, which is pretty cool.
All
A
of
lot
our
these guys-
favorite characters.
A lot of these guys you don't ever see, hardly ever.
Well, who can we name here? We got Shard, I believe.
Dung.
And Dung, obviously, and Low Blow.
Animal.
My favorite Low Blow. Animal is here. Animal's the goopy one, right? Or no, Gloop, or is Goop Goop? All right, in
I don't
the
know.
big splash,
Bloop.
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 Where's it? Which one's Animal?
I think in this one he's the weird, like the monster looking guy.
In the background.
Yeah, he dies. He gets wiped out by who's the evil Superman? Solar
Oh,
Man.
yeah, Solar Man gets him.
He has like awesome.
No, wait, that's not true. It can't be Animal.
Yeah, there's two. There's Animal 1 and 2. There's different.
Oh.
He's named the same.
Because
but,
Animal 2 is Jennifer's brother, right?
Yes, and he looks different. He looks kind of like a weird. He looks totally different than this animal.
Okay.
But this animal has, I think it's on issue 139. He's like got a splash page with like a bunch of the VC guys, and he's like dead center.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, for the listener,
Yep. So, but Cyberface is leading these guys.
yeah, Bulldozer is the guy like all the way to the right with like the weird
Armor.
kind of like, yeah,
Yeah.
And you only ever see him in like those little square panels during like the gang war, and then you never see him again.
And then we
It's
get
cool.
this really cool page where everyone jumps through a window,
Mm-hmm.
and then the issue ends.
Surprise, motherfuckers!
Which is weird. Ending your issue on a right page is very unusual.
The poster must have fucked it up, dude.
No, but the poster doesn't take up any pages.
Oh, yeah, duh.
I think it just is a space thing.
Real quick Cyberface question, just for
Yeah.
you guys. Do you, looking at like his back, do you envision him as like, those are just cybernetic chunks on him? Or do you think that's like some skin stretched over like a robot body? Or how do you think?
I honestly, I think
I never thought
I think
it was
it's
skin.
I think it's a costume.
I never noticed he had those like pipe things sticking out of his legs.
They're cool.
Probably annoying to get through doors though.
Or sit in cars.
I always thought Cyberface was a cooler looking villain than Overlord.
Big time, dude.
He is.
100% agree. Cooler powers, too.
Yeah.
Like, in a way, he was almost as too powerful. Like,
well, at this point, he's like, he doesn't use his powers to his fullest.
mm-hmm.
Later on, and of course, in the Savage world, he'll figure out that, wow, I can control the entire world. But right now, he's pretty limited.
Mm-hmm.
Also, he'll get killed soon, and he won't have time to develop his abilities. He'll just have a lot of problems. Yeah, he's actually gimped pretty quick in the original Image universe. Remember, he'll get killed, and then he'll get possessed, and then he'll be falling apart because he's a zombie. So
Right.
He never really has time to like really exercise like the extent of his power because something's always going on to stop him.
That's what's cool about the Savage world. You get to see he really is a badass. Like,
Right.
he conquers the fucking earth.
But this issue again is another flip book. We get a Mighty Man story. Now, Mighty Man, he's got a cool logo.
Mm-hmm. Reasonably sized, might I add.
Yep, ripping out of the... It's funny because the cover has him ripping out of the front cover.
Mm-hmm.
Which is kind of fun, I suppose.
Yeah, it works. It's good flip book logic.
And who do we got?
It's almost like copies that Soul Star
Cover,
issue.
yeah, that variant cover.
Because didn't it also have like Soul Star like all stretched out and big on that variant?
I can't recall.
Anyway.
I think you're right, though.
That's a long ways down the line.
Yep.
All right, so we got credits here. We got creator, writer, storyteller Eric Larson, penciler David Williams, inker Carl Kessel, again,
Mm-hmm.
letterer Chris Iliopoulos, closer Ruben Rude, editor Janie Wong, film output Tony Kelly and Kello Graphics. No Josh Eichhorn on this page.
Nope, not a whistling hobo to be found.
And this this story is another one where at this time we don't know who Mighty Man's alter
it's
ego is.
Still a mystery, and this whole story does not do anything to clarify it. But it is primarily about Mighty Man and Phyllis. Right, her name's Phyllis, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Phyllis.
Phyllis.
Yep. Stop clowning around, Phyllis. Isn't this great?
Yeah, so Mighty Man is flying her around in the sky.
Phyllis Dieter.
In a horribly... I got to imagine, even if you're super strong, if you know the guy carrying you is super strong, if you're being carried under your armpits, that's got to be super uncomfortable and fucking terrifying.
Oh, terrifying, dude. Can you imagine?
I would much rather be carried like lifted. Like,
Can I say one thing about this page? The cars are freaking awesome on this page. Just little shadows and stuff. Like the colorist kind of colors in the rest, but I would like to see this original art for this page.
that is pretty neat.
I bet it looks good. I do think it's sort of an interesting choice to have like the sky be knocked out black.
Yeah.
But I like it. I'm not criticizing. I like it.
I almost got a hunch it might be photo referenced.
I don't know, dude. This looks like something you could make up. Not too much building detail, you know? Yeah, I'm going to go the other direction and say not.
But Mighty Man takes Phyllis up to a roof where they have a little chat, mostly about Phyllis being really uncomfortable about Mighty Man, or Sam as she calls him, basically doing the superhero thing. But then, like, something happens down below, so Mighty Man flies off to help, and he gets into a fight with Brawn.
Do you guys remember, like, Larson kept playing with things like, you know, the Samantha.
Well, remember, we're experiencing it right now in real time.
Well, there was also the newscaster guy, Sam Hayes, which if you rearranged his name was Shazam, so he was like trying to screw with us there.
Mm-hmm.
I still don't get why she calls him Sam.
Samantha.
Well, yeah, but that's her middle name.
I mean, it's like, I don't know. Just a way to fuck with you, I guess.
It is just a way to fuck with you, indeed. But Braun is looking a little small here than how I remember him.
Well, this is his first appearance.
He's usually depicted as a very big man.
Oh, yeah.
But he does hit Mighty Man with enough force to knock him into orbit, so...
Dude, Dragon
very
Wars
strong.
Brawn, legendary.
I love Braun. Braun's a cool character.
Yeah.
I think he's still alive. He was the one who survived. He was so strong, he fucking pissed...
He survived the transfusion.
He pissed the dragon transfusion out of his veins.
Yeah, it just bled out of his eyes and shit. It was awesome. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
that is so cool. Too fucking strong to explode.
It's like the one person immune to it. It's kind of wacky.
It's great. Somebody should be, is the thing. Like, that's the thing, is it shouldn't just be a cure-all that kills everyone. And, like, I remember there was that Invincible thing where, like, he threw, like, an exploding thing down an alternate reality's, like, Invincible's throat, and it, like, gored his guts out because he was soft inside.
Right.
I hate the soft inside idea.
Yeah, I'm not a fan either. It doesn't make a lot of sense.
Exactly. It'd be like if you were fucking brick on the outside, but jelly on the inside. It just doesn't work
You would
for me.
die every time you got hit because your insides would just liquefy.
Exactly. It's why you pass out if your head smacks into something. It's because your fucking brain doesn't stop.
Yeah,
and it
whacks
hits your skull.
Exactly.
Right. So, like, Braun here is actually fucking makes sense.
But he's still not strong enough not to get pummeled down by Mighty Man because he is the world's mightiest man.
True.
But Phyllis is not happy about this. She's terrified something bad's going to happen to Mighty Man. Even though he is clearly mighty and man.
It's the 90s by this point, but Phyllis is still rocking that 80s, dude.
Oh, yeah. She's got a lot of
Big
hairspray.
Big time, dude.
Big hair.
Huge. Good, though. A good little fight. I mean...
It's definitely... This is the second Mighty Man story, I think, that we've had so far. And, you know, they've generally been pretty good. This one looks really good. I don't know what else... what David Williams has done. But he's definitely...
Craig, this is your time to shine. Nobody does.
Who does?
Who does?
But he's got an Adam Hughes quality to him, too.
Yeah, he does.
Absolutely.
He really does.
I think I remember at some point, like, Eric saying he got a lot of flack for the backup stories
You
taking away
shitting
from
me?
the main story, and that caused him to kind of do away with that.
2,
Stupid 93 punks.
6, 8, 10.
They were great.
12.
Are you counting the pages?
I am 16, 17. There's 17. I can see people being annoyed because there's only 16 story pages in issue 4 and 17 in issue 5. It's one thing to have a backup after a 20 or 22 page story. It's another thing to give you less story and then have a backup. I mean, it's great
Fair.
to have more stories with, but if you're coming in for Eric Larson, you kind of want Eric Larson.
I get it.
But on the other hand, if it helps keep the comic, if he's still writing it and it helps keep the comic on time,
Agreed.
I don't know. They do that all the time at the major companies, you know, fill in artists to keep things going.
Let me just add, not related to what we're talking about, but like some ambitious hair rendering. Like on Phyllis's bangs, you know?
Dude, you love Phyllis's hair.
Yeah, I am, dude. Look at Mighty Man's too. On the walk panel. Like that's some colorist just being like, fuck it, I'm going in.
Fuck it.
Fuck it, I'm going in. Look at this. I'm going to just render this hair.
Did you guys see the panel where it's like when he's looking down below and sees Braun, like is looking at Braun, and there's like a million sound effects coming up?
That's good. That's good stuff.
It's pretty cool.
Just imagine Braun down there just fucking shit up. Well, shit, dudes. I guess that's a wrap, huh?
That's a wrap. That is 2 Savage Dragon comics in the can.
Slim and trim. That's how we do it here sometimes.
And let me check my facts real quick. What are we doing next time?
We're gonna have to catch up on Turtle soon.
Yeah, if we don't get any more
Oh, yeah.
Savage Dragon issues, we're going to have to do something. Because we're
I got a feeling Savage Dragon's got to be around the corner.
got to be
for the new
close,
issue.
yeah. Well, we say this now, 4 weeks before this episode comes out, so...
Yeah.
It was made publicly. He said it. He's just filling out the backups of 250.
Yeah,
And
he's trying to get ahead.
Well,
on
he just
250
basically
stuff.
doesn't want a gap. He said like he didn't see a point in doing 249, having a big gap, then doing 250. Instead, when it comes back, it's going to come back. So it'll be like 249, 250, 251, just in a row. So, if you're making the choice, that's the way to play it.
Yeah, I think he's got to make it so 251 comes out quick after 250, because if you're pulling in any newer readers,
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Well, I think he wants to get 248, 249, and 250 out in rapid succession. Is what he really wants to do. That's why he wants the backup stuff for 50 done, so that when he gets to 50, he can just go.
I smell a status quo change, too. And like Craig said, I think like you don't want to introduce the status quo change and then just stall out immediately.
Right.
Like you want to go. Like imagine if Savage World started and then just stopped. Like it wouldn't have made fucking sense to do it that way.
I got a feeling that the Captain America issue jammed him up. And by the way, do we want to do a review on that too?
We got to do something
talk
on it,
about
dude.
All right.
We'll talk about it off the air.
Captain America: The End.
I mean, at one point we got to talk about it on a FinCast somehow.
Yeah.
Wherever
we could
you jam
at
that.
this point, we could probably turn it into a FinCast. In fact, we probably should.
Savage Shield Cast,
And then we can do that and a Turtles issue. And never talk about Savage Dragon once.
Bros, Americast.
So anyway, pertaining to Savage Dragon Retro, though, our next chunk is going to be, we're going to space. We're going to do some Vanguard.
Ooh,
Ah.
Next
Roxanne!
There's 6 Vanguard issues to get through, so the next 2 episodes are going to be Vanguard.
nice, dude.
We'll
I
decide if we're going to try and cram all 6 into 2 episodes or if we're going to spread them out a bit, but we'll talk more about that later.
A lot of crazy good artists on that.
That's the thing. The Vanguard series, its strengths and its weaknesses are going to be based on all these artists and consistency and whether or not changing artists every issue works. So I can't wait to actually talk about
Spoiler, it doesn't.
that. Way to give the content away for free, Craig.
No one has to buy the cow if they get the milk for free.
All right. So that's it for this episode of the Savage FINcast Retro. As always, if you want to give us a chat, send us an email at savagefincast@gmail.com or drop us a comment on our website at savagefincast.com. Find
Thanks,
us on
fellas.
iTunes, Apple Music.
Thanks, fellas. Thank you, Jim. Thank you, Craig.
Yep, good talking with you guys. Don't die. That was only
I
for
wish
fun.
you died overseas.
I hope you live right here.
I hope you live forever, undying, praying for death as the heat death of the universe.
I will live on in the archived episodes of the FINcast.
I am immortal.
Yeah, you
I
can't.
have inside me blood of kings.
All right, we're done. We out.
Thanks, buddies.